Hey guys, it's Talking Connect with another game of Minecraft, but today everything has changed suddenly, just like the song. The sun rises, and I am playing on easy now. The monsters are on. I'm here on the Mushroom Island, and I'm just going to go in a direction, see what happens. We're going to explore, but with the flavor of danger, the spiciness that only imminent death can provide, because there's no joy like trying to chop down a tree and then running into a zombie. That's one of the things that we're deprived of currently in life is inexplicable appearances of zombies. But, if we just wait long enough, I think maybe we can have all the cool stuff that we have in video games in real life on a long enough timeline. It may not happen today. But, it's been recommended many times that I start playing the actual game. And I do feel that I am experienced enough to where I won't just die, and also I'm already wearing diamond armor. This isn't my real tool set. I left them at home. I The idea was that I would wear just like a sort of mediocre suit of diamond, the sort of tool and armor set that I could grab. And I did like roll a couple enchants because I didn't want my level to be too high, figuring that I would perish quickly enough because I'm a moron. But we're just going to run. Oh, horses. First of all, I'm going to pick up the boat because you can tell how much I've prepared for all of this. I wasn't actually planning on making a video right now. I was planning on running some errands, which is the worst thing in the world, is to have to go and actually do things, especially when you could just put it off because it's not that important. It's been observed by many people that the best feeling in the world is like grabbing a whole lot of sand for your Minecraft inventory. But second to that, narrowly, is canceling a plan that you like can do a cancel on without anyone getting upset, and then suddenly the whole world opens up to you, figuratively. There are a lot of neutral mobs here, but apparently the world is not as dangerous as I thought it was going to be. But okay, we're back to the Terracotta Badlands beach. I was mining a lot here earlier, so not very exploratory yet. But we're just going to run in the direction of uh, of this jungle and see what goes on. I'll have to be careful of actually drowning because obviously I won't just freely regenerate health unless I do. I don't actually know how the health works. I know that I ran out of it a lot. But all we're going to do here is basically lay waste to the jungle and prepare to get jumped at some point because the baddies have to be somewhere. They're just like waiting to jump scare me and I don't actually have the difficulty up or something. The thing about this jungle is I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's sort of like my whole Minecraft experience is just sort of going in a direction and seeing what's there. Only now I feel an incredible tension, even though I think I've been playing for like 4 or 5 minutes and I haven't seen anything to fight. I know that it could theoretically be out there. Is it like, are they all behind me all the time? Seem like zombies in water, but that barely counts. They couldn't catch up. But I guess, all I need to do is hang out. There's got to be something going on in the jungle. Every biome has some living thing. Even the desert had the little bunnies. What I have to also focus on is not screaming if something alarming happens. All right, so we've got a pig. Clearly something can live here in the jungle. Because, of course, one of the characteristics of a jungle is you expect it to be, rather teeming with life. At the very least, some like creepy crawly insects, maybe a giant or medium-sized centipede. What is this? A bird? Two birds. One bird a absolutely beautiful dark shade of blue, and then another bird a lighter shade of blue, a paler shade. Do I have seeds? Birds have to want to eat seeds, right? That's just science. Okay, it made the bird go puffy at me. Normally, you expect them to be a little happier. Maybe they want to eat melon slices. Perhaps these birds are picky, and they want me to know that they are not going to be bought for cheapy seeds. Nope. They want me to know that I'm supposed to be eating. Got it. Okay, it looks like 2 cooked pork chops will fill me all the way up, basically, and it definitely looks like they cannot be fed. But what are they called? I don't want to kill a beautiful bird just to see if its corpse has a name. All right, it is not gonna parrot spawnable on. Okay, so that's got to be these guys. These are parrots. And I will one day learn how to deal with them. Oh, the rain. In real life and in the game, I do just quite love the sound of rain. In this, I think I share a characteristic with many people. I imagine it's one of the more universal loved sounds. Although the world is very wide, and there's probably someone who can't stand it. But as with everything, tastes vary. Here's a cow just trying to vary the taste of the landscape. We're not going to do anything ominous. Ooh, and a green parrot. There's so many parrots. I got to figure out how to make them my friend and sit on my shoulder. All right. Cocoa beans? No, that's not gonna. A cocoa bean, that's ludicrous. But maybe melon seeds? If there we go. Now you love me. Good bird, pretty bird. Not cocoa seeds. All right, so we just need to find a couple other birds, and then we will make them happy with seeds as well. This could be the new goal is to raise a large number of birds to do my nefarious bidding, sort of a good witch of the jungle type of thing. Whatever direction the jungle happens to be, we'll take that cardinal direction for our name. And all right, well, we've discovered birds. I swear I turned it to easy, didn't I? Yep, says I did. Now we at least know that they're in the jungle, and we can come back and try to steal them away. Perhaps get them to perch on my shoulder. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Those are the ones that explode. Oh, okay. I got away. As we can see, those are the ones that explode. Just when I was questioning whether or not they were going to be around. This game has been so chill for me for a couple hundred hours. Now the intensity of thinking that I might die. I bet it barely does any damage at all. I bet I'm just being incredibly silly about it. Although I would not want to see one of those guys around one of my bases. That is just the kind of thing that would make you very sad. I get attached to my stuff. That's also why I went exploring for this. 'Cause I figured at least here, if I died, then they wouldn't be able to plunder all of my stuff. All right, zombie. And a zombie gets 2-shot with this diamond sword, which has sharpness 4 and looting 3, but all right, clearly with this armor and a setup, I'm not that vulnerable to dying, at least to these base level guys in a place where I have room to run. So many thanks for that recommendation. I'd been putting it off and thinking about it for a while, but what's this? Just a log. So that's like a very shallow tree. It rose up only 1 block. The leaves look like oak leaves. The leaves are oak leaves. Right. Okay. I'm afraid that my mustache was touching the microphone the whole time. We'll figure that out later. If it is, I'm so sorry. I need to get a better microphone. That is on the short list of things to do. I just need to figure out a good one. I plan on spending a chunk on it. You know, I don't plan on ever like learning to make videos properly. That's not on my list of things to do. But the audio quality improving through very little effort of my own is absolutely of interest. So that it's going to be something that I conceptually tackle pretty soon. Sometimes I'll go, and I don't like rewatch the entire videos. I don't I don't like the sound of my own voice that much, which might be surprising to anyone who's heard me talk on and on and on and on and on. But I do want to, make sure that it's not unpleasant, and definitely sometimes, depending on the phonemes, the frictives and sibilants that are coming out, probably even that phrase was a little painful. It seems to suffer a little bit of pops whenever there's the hiss and the growl, as it were. And I'm just running over and over the same old ground there as if I am inadvertently quoting Pink Floyd songs. It's the sort of thing that can happen to anyone by accident. You could just be running around in Minecraft and then like absolutely plagiarize someone. That's why it's important to cite your sources and to fight local zombies, because when you're a hero, then no one's gonna mind, right? They're gonna be like, oh, that dude, he could have been a little more creative, but at least whenever he saw a bad guy, he tried to slay them. There's probably also a bunch of like indicative sounds of the friendly animals that I'm not even hearing. That's just because if you've ever been in a Minecraft field of 1,000 sheep, not sheep, I don't have 1,000 sheep, 1,000 cows, you'll know that the relentless mooing, it's too much for any person to bear. I don't think anyone in the whole world could absorb the mooing of that many cows. That would be like a legendary feat. Is he gonna blow up even the water? He does blow up in the water, but oh, the okay, interesting, very interesting. First of all, not interesting, getting attacked. Is somebody shooting me? We got a lot of stuff going on here. I need to eat a pork chop and contemplate my life choices. A cooked pork chop. I inadvertently cooked them, but now there's a point. So the explosion, I was thinking maybe the water would just absorb it, but maybe it did in some way. But it also pushed the force that way, just as an explosion in the water would have a physical response elsewhere, but it might have just been the outer border of that explosion. But all right, I now that I have discovered diamond deficiency, I think this will be fine. It's not too tense. I when I think back on it, I believe whenever I like gave up on fighting monsters, I was basically in the Stone Age. Because yeah, for this, it's probably also like I've got the projectile projection, and obviously I'm totally set up with the shield, which requires iron, which I wouldn't have had in the first place. Here in the distance, there's another skeleton, and due to my newfound bravery, like I'm just gonna run towards them and fight them. Like, are they trying to hurt my beloved parrots? These parrots need to be fed wheat seeds. They don't need to be assaulted by these guys who don't even love parrots. If they had pirate hats, maybe I would think it was a benign presence. But these are clearly like malignant skeletons. They're no parrot's friend. And I'm a parrot's friend, am I not? I think the parrots are afraid of the fighting, though. Oh, here we go. They'll descend happily again into the rain, and we will jam some into their face. All right, we get bones from skeletons, which makes 3 bone meal for 1 skeleton, which is actually like wildly efficient compared to like feeding a bunch of seeds. I mean, you can feed like a stack of seeds or sugarcane in and just get a handful of sugar of bone meal. So very nice. Of course, if we had looting on the sword, which we do have looting, we might be getting even more of those. Was that something sort of reddish I saw? Is it a flower? We will take a sample. Oh no! Spider! Alright. New recipes unlocked for... Oh, we got a spider eye and a string. So I'm going to try not to shout. I'm not smart enough to shut up sometimes, or to like figure out how to change the volume. I don't know. I should be more responsible, shouldn't I? Is it like disrespectful for me to be so lazy with the video editing? I like to think it's with the video editing, with the I have never edited a video editing. Uh, you know, does it is it wrong for me not to? But these are questions I don't ponder too much. First of all, it would like probably take any amount of time to do it, time that I could spend filling in a hole in the ocean. But on the same hand, like I could theoretically see the benefit in it. It comes down to what I would describe as like one of the fundamental struggles of my life, right? Which is that I want people to like me. I want people to pay attention to me and to think I'm interesting and fun and funny, etc. But I don't want to change anything. Like, I don't want to change anything at all about me in order to make that happen. Like, when I walk into a room and there's like a cat, I don't want to have to bribe the cat. I want the cat to look at me and be like, this person's awesome. I'm going to go and do the feline thing and say hello. And I don't want people to do that. Not in real life, but like pets, yes. But it's complicated. It would actually be very off-putting if people were to just like come up to me and be like, hey, you seem delightful and interesting. Do you want to talk about something? Although, like, if I could accept it, it would be fun. But I think it would actually just intimidate and scare me if it happened. Oh, no. Speaking of intimidated and scared, run away. All right, so we need to get our bow to try to kill explosive guy. This is a bow of infinity, which I don't know what that entails. I think it shoots forever. But I've got 64 arrows, so I still have 64 arrows. Oh no, there we go. All right, I have completed the advancement of take aim. I have shot a hapless zombie with the bow and arrow, and okay, so it's got power 4 and infinity. I thought originally infinity would be like infinite range. You would go like, zounds, what an incredible shot. But now, pretty sure it's obvious that infinity as an enchantment means that it shoots infinitely far. And I don't think I bought that one from a villager. I think it just came on the bow. Instead of exploring, I've just been talking and standing still. But you know, it's an adventure. I'm now definitely seeing the benefits of having monsters on, because of course I'm in very little danger. I'm sure these are just, of course, like base level overworld monsters, and there are much more dangerous places. There's of course the Nether, and any old situation where, oh no, run away. All right, we've got another one there, but I've spotted this one. He's not as camouflaged as his friend. And if memory serves from months ago, whenever I was... Oh, sneaky boy. Months ago, whenever I was doing it, they dropped gunpowder. They do drop gunpowder. Now, that is extremely exciting, because if I can figure out a way to kill a lot of them, or just, of course, casually killing them, that'll open up TNT, which I know will blow up blocks as if it was one of those monsters. And that is very exciting, because it would let me do sort of like a large-scale clearing if that ever became something that I wanted to put onto my list. So just experientially here, I'm probably saying that word improperly. I'm using it improperly. I should be saying something else. And also now I've totally lost the plot. What I was trying to say is, it seems as though due to my experience as I'm walking around, that the hostile monsters are spawning, but not like incredibly quickly. But the longer I spend in one area, the more inclined they'll be to be there. So it makes traveling not incredibly dangerous. I say as he falls out of a tree on me. But uh, all right. So note to self: spiders can jump into trees. Am I gonna have to spend my whole life looking up like I'm in the Jungle Book? And the old serpent's about to coil up on me. It's an exciting time to be alive. And there we go. It's an exciting time to see our enemy from far away. They are not entirely camo. Whoa, boy. Okay. As I was saying, right when I was paying attention to the monster in the red dress, another one just cunningly stepped up right behind me and exploded. But that's only going to be one of the 1-2 punches. Okay, they don't all drop gunpowder, but they can sometimes, and that's enough to be of interest. What have we here? That was a cunning mixture of what do we have here and what's going on and what is that. I thought it could have been diamonds, and that sort of like permeated the sound. I mean, just a totally clumsy way to use the human body to create sound. I'm sure everybody else noticed that too, but I thought I would belabor the point. So if you were thinking, man, can't believe I subjected myself to this, I'm there with you. It's even worse because I put it out there and I'm not even going to take it out, which I theoretically have the power to do. I mean, obviously, this video, like, no one's seen it yet. But that's just what you signed up for, right? I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame you for for being here. If you don't want to hear me ramble and sometimes say a word slightly wrong and then belabor that point for 30 or sometimes 40 seconds, well, you're in the wrong place because that is fundamentally who I am. I'm a person who likes efficiency but is willing to spend a very long time talking about things that are a waste of time. That's the duality. Not of every person, but certainly mine. I because I prize the concise and the beautifully stated. I have a great love for things that are done perfectly or masterfully. Okay, so sometimes they don't like the seeds. You just have to cram more down them. That's interesting. Not every bird is going to be happy with the first seed that you feed it. But this is a nice little oasis here. I really actually like this landscape. If I had had an objective, that would have been interesting too. But one cannot have everything. And all I've really been doing is wandering around somewhat. At some point, I'm gonna like interact with my use of the F3 screen and decide to either like get a compass and stop doing it or to not worry about it at all. But every time I do it, I sort of feel a little guilty. Like, so when I was beginning to play, I didn't have access to that at all. So if I got lost, what's going on? Why am I not fast? Oh, I forgot to eat. I don't want to. Yeah, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Anyway, sometimes I'm kind of like my Minecraft character. Not for an extended period of time anymore, but I uh, I sometimes do neglect the necessities of life a little bit. But I am very happy to be in a good place now where everything is going well, and I've got everything looking ahead for me. Not least of all, this channel, which is a constant source of delight to me. I'm just overwhelmed by the positive reactions that I've been getting, and it's just so much fun because again, like I've been talking about a lot here, it's not like I'm trying very hard, right? Clearly, this is like this is my hobby. I'm not trying to make anyone think this is modern. I imagine it reminds people, as I've heard a couple of times, of YouTube as it was like 15 years ago. But I mean, I'm an old person, right? Well, as we're going on the ocean, I'll just talk a little bit about a rambling thing, which you might have heard of before if you've watched 700 of my videos, but maybe not. So, like, my foray into watching gaming on YouTube is primarily RTS based and almost entirely Warcraft 3 and StarCraft pro gaming, neither of which I played in multiplayer for any appreciable length of time, but that I grew to have like what I would call an incredibly enthusiastic interest in. So back in like '08, '09, there were guys like Cholera and Klazart and Diggity and Moletrap and Crota, and they were just doing the best work. And some of those guys are still making videos today of current StarCraft and Warcraft tournaments. You know, they some of the guys like Husky, I remember when he was a very minor like guest, and then he ascended with like StarCraft 2, which was very awesome. This is like a very poor summary of what. Okay, I was about to say what on earth is this, but I actually already recognize this place. This is my old stomping grounds. But the coolest place in the game I've ever found. But I guess once we get up here, that'll be a good time to end. But just to talk a little bit more about StarCraft and Warcraft 3, because that's what I'm talking about apparently. Just the history of me loving watching video games. It was like there was such personality in these casters and like the genuine enthusiasm that they had for, like the burgeoning esport of competitive video gaming, which in like in '08 and '09 was in its infancy. I don't want to say that. I might be entirely wrong. I played in Halo tournaments and stuff in like '04, '05, but when you talk about like really major things, like there were crowds of people watching uh historical like mid 2000s matches in Korea. Like the Air Force sponsored a team. They had, professional esports teams in the scene. And if any of you are remembering, man, I used to really like StarCraft, and you didn't, realize that had still had a scene going on. Diggity is still casting games to this day. He's amazing, like just such an inspiring community presence. Like this dude has been making videos for more than a decade, and just you can tell that he loves the game, and just I don't actually know if I'm supposed to talk about other people on YouTube like that I just like, because like he doesn't know who I am. I'm like he might have like remembered a comment I left once upon a time or whatever, if you forced him to pretend to remember it, but like we don't talk or anything. But I think you're allowed to just like talk about people that you like and say nice things about others. I don't think you have to like ask the permission to talk about them first. Maybe it's impolite to do anyway. There's a lot of rules I don't know. There's a lot of things that I don't understand about the proper way to behave. And this is just another sort of place where I don't know those rules, but I'm probably, I'm probably okay to talk about stuff that I like. But yeah, if you like StarCraft videos, then yeah, Diggity is still making competitive StarCraft tournament commentaries on Play, and just totally worth watching. But that is going to be just about that for this video, and I think in the next one we'll explore that sort of more bamboo-filled jungle over to the side. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to this rant and ramble about the history of my affections for games, and why To this day, the idea of a one shot is my ideal because I came up watching these sort of low editing commentaries, the modern style of all the jumping and like the professionalism of it. Like that's not it's not how I was brought up. So I don't think you'll ever get that from me. Never say never. I might actually one day decide to to do a better job for you all, but it's likely that if I keep on doing this for 10 more years, you can look forward to this quality here. So I I just want you to know that that's the kind of promise you can rely on from me, that I will give you nothing, but I will also ask you for nothing. Only only that you listen to me thank you once again. And that's what I need from you, is to know how happy I am that you made it here to the end of the video. But until next time, gonna go ahead and sign off here as the moonrise beckons in the distance. I should have a bed up here. Why don't I have a bed up here? Anyway, I should also stop talking. Here we go.